If we went back, say, 15 to 20 years ago, most people would put gaming in a negative light. Many parents and news stations saw playing video games as a total waste of time, and anybody who spends a lot of time playing them isn't going anywhere.
Understand that these are not harmless toys.
Flash forward to present day, and the gaming industry has been completely rebranded, if you will. Now gamers are cool. A lot of the most well-known creators are in fact gamers themselves. Take someone like PewDiePie for instance. When he started his channel all the way back in 2010, he was mostly frowned upon by adults who just didn't really understand the appeal. Now look at him, he's the most subscribed to creator on this platform, and that says a lot towards the progress of gaming. In fact, there aren't very many people in my generation who don't enjoy playing video games. I think a lot of this has to do with the way we all grew up on them. Our parents were busy with work and saw video games as a way to distract us from constantly being annoying to them. But that's also why a lot of this generation's fondest memories come from our favorite childhood games. Maybe it was Super Smash Bros. Because it gave you a good opportunity to bond with your family. Or, on the other side of the spectrum, maybe you enjoyed Harvest Moon more for the moments of isolation where you could just calm your mind and relieve stress. Asking anyone what their favorite childhood game was could lead to thousands of different answers. Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Red or Blue, The Sims, Crash Bandicoot, Lego Star Wars. I could go on and on about the games that made an impact on my life, but today I wanted to talk about a very special game, Littlebigplanet. Littlebigplanet is a cooperative platforming game unlike any other. You play as a little sack boy. I swear I didn't make that up. That's actually what they call him. As this sack boy, you are sent on an adventure to stop a great evil. Now, the game has a huge emphasis on the importance of creativity. From the opening scene, we see real-life people oozing with creativity, and honestly, this is one of the most comforting intros to a game out there. Just from the peaceful music and some amazing voiceover by Louis Macleod, you know that you're in for a memorable time. First things first, I want to talk about the pod. Your pod in the game is kind of like a hub area where you can just kind of decide where you want to spend the rest of your time. By far the coolest part of the pod is the fact that you can decorate every inch of it with stickers. I just love the ability to show self-expression like this. It always felt like a much cooler alternative to just having some plain old menu screen. You can also make such awesome, unique designs too. The possibilities seem truly endless. Let's talk a little bit about the main gameplay mechanics. To the untrained eye, Littlebigplanet seems like your typical side-scroller. That couldn't be further from the truth. While it's similar in a lot of ways to most platformers, what sets Littlebigplanet apart is its unique 3D mechanic. There are actually 3 different planes of field to travel on, giving you the ability to bob and weave through obstacles with ease. As you can imagine, this leads to a lot of different possibilities when it comes to level design. There's also a grabbing mechanic, which adds a whole new element to the game, enabling you to move objects, swing from them, and much more. When I recently sat down to play the game again with my younger brother, there was a tool in the Sackboys kit I totally forgot about. As I mentioned before when explaining the pod, you have the ability to place stickers anywhere, and I mean everywhere. Every level that my brother and I played on, we stopped and spent about 10 minutes just spamming stickers all over the map. It's usually inconsequential doing this, but occasionally there are specific locations where if you place the right sticker, you unlock a cool bonus of new stickers. All in all, the gameplay is very fast-paced and fun. There isn't a single level in the main story that is better than the rest, which is what makes the game feel so addictive to play. Next, I'd like to talk a bit about the music. Sadly, I can't play a lot of it on here because of copyright, and we all know how things are going with that right now, but I totally recommend you go check out the soundtrack. So many songs are licensed music that pumps life and energy into the game. Also, with the game's theme of creativity, the music doesn't need to stick to a certain aesthetic. It's all over the place, and I love it. With that out of the way, probably the best feature of the whole game comes in the form of creative mode. Throughout the story, you find different material and gadgets that give you the opportunity to create your very own Littlebigplanet adventures. What sets this creative mode apart from other games is that you get to work with every tool that was ever used to make the main story. That's right, every single level in story mode was created by developers in the same creative mode, meaning that you can practically remake the whole game yourself, including characters, cutscenes, enemies, and so much more. I think this is probably the coolest part of everything because it really shines a light on what the game's theme is. Creativity couldn't be better summarized in any other way than this mode, and it leads to so many incredible creations that can be found in online mode, where you can play with millions of other players' creations. Everybody can become their own game developers in Littlebigplanet. At the end of the day, Littlebigplanet is a game that was far ahead of its time. You can really see the inspiration it left in so many games today, and I don't think we will see an underrated gem like this again. So I urge you, try this game if you haven't already. The best entry point in the series is easily Littlebigplanet 3, but they all add their own personalities, so you can't really go wrong. And from one Sackboy to another, stay creative, and I will see you guys next time.